how old are you when you were diagnosed? Obviously, I don't remember it. I think I was about 5 or 6, I would say. Yeah, time's gone quick, but it feels. I reckon I was about 5 or 6 years old. What was my reaction to the diagnosis? I don't remember it. If I'm honest with you, probably confused. But right now, I look at it as a good thing that I'm autistic, if you like. I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as a unique thing, as almost like a superpower. Um, yeah, like almost like a superpower and a superhero. Almost that's the way I look at it. And my love for football and special interest with autism. I have a really massive love for football, and I think that comes down to autism and that special interest. Because someone who's autistic, not all, of course, everyone's different, and people must remember that. But everyone has, they tend to have, this one thing that really sticks and stays with them forever. Something's changed, but they often have one thing, and for me, that is with football and Tottenham. And it's just involved in my everyday life. I'm playing it, I'm watching it, I'm reading it in my head, I'm reading it physically. Everything I do in life evolves around football. Why raising awareness, acceptance, and inclusion of autism is so important. Raising awareness, acceptance, and inclusion of autism is so important. That's why we have Autism Acceptance Week and Autism Acceptance Day 2023. We have them both recently. And it's so important because we've come a long way, of course, in terms of research, in terms of education, in terms of lots of things, understanding, awareness, inclusion, acceptance, but there's still an awful long way to go. For example, the Premier League this year once again have remained silent on this issue, and they're only ever interested if it's to do with money. They've done absolutely nothing when it comes to us autistic people and inclusion, acceptance, and awareness in sport. They've done absolutely nothing. So there's still a long way to go, and sport needs to play its part. LGBT community, how important it is to me, and how autistic people feel close or part of the community. LGBTQ plus, and the community means a lot to me personally, because as someone who's autistic, I feel close, almost like I'm part of the community. That's how I feel, and I know many autistic people are part of that community or feel very, very close, like myself, to the community. And then as they go to a safe place, if you like. So again, along with equality, that is really, really important. And we're now in a world that's more acceptance of someone who is in that LGBT community, Q plus, should I say, community. So that is good. But again, also with that, such a long way to go. Talk about how far we've got to go. As I said, I've talked about how far I think we've come. I think we've got an awful long way to go. For example, the education system, I think, is wrong. I think the system is broken. I don't think parents should have to fight for their children's health and well-being and their future, or just to have an education. They shouldn't have to fight for their child. That's the reality. As I said, in sport, Premier League, they need to do more. In everyday life, government needs to do more. There needs to be more investment. Send schools is not enough. You see money going towards. I have no problem with the royal family at all, but you have money that millions going towards just a picture of the king that not many people care about, but no investment in send schools. And also, like for example, with special needs schools, the government have announced new, I think something like 50 new special schools. They need to get on with it, because there's been a lot of words and not a lot of action with previous governments as well, and this government as well at the moment. So we need to get on with this, because this should have happened a long time ago, and that is the reality. But hopefully, I'm glad it's been announced, and hopefully they can get on with it. This collaboration, with Barney, I'd just like to say he's fantastic. I think the work he does is incredible. We speak a lot. We're quite close to him and Chris. Fantastic. I love the article they done. For Fulham. So it's a pleasure to do this collab with him, because obviously both being autistic, both sharing our love for football, inclusion, equality, that kind of thing. I hope you enjoyed my part, and I hope you enjoy Barney's part of it. But go check Barney and Chris out on all socials. Fantastic. Thank you, Barney, for this collab. Hopefully one of many, but still a long way to go. The reflection of that, still a long way to go. But we are even in a world that's more acceptant and aware. Cheers.
Well, where do I begin? Well, I was diagnosed at school. I was in Fulham at the time. My headmaster approached me, and he approached my mum and dad and went, I think Barney might need some extra help, because I was held back a year or two at school. I then went for loads of assessments at Charing Cross Hospital in Hammersmith, got a formal diagnosis. From that point, the primary school in Fulham said it would be better if I went to a specialist school, which I did, and that really helped. And I think it's really important going on to the fact that we need to raise autism awareness. Yes, it starts off in the schools, but it's a lifelong condition. Once you have it, that's it. You're born with it, and you have to battle every day. Every day is a new challenge. I think most people can relate to that. I can certainly have terrible days, but really good days, and I think people need to realise people with autism are in a constant state of anxiety, and not much can push them over the edge. In regards to LGBT and autism, I think Fulham have definitely helped me in being more sort of outward in that, and I'm sure it's the same with you, Harry, with Tottenham. Fulham did the article on me, and Chris actually. They featured us, they tweeted it, and then the Premier League ran a story on us too. So that gave us a bit of celebrity status, so I think it's very important. I think it needs to be promoted, and I think more acceptance is needed, more education is needed. And in terms of how far we have come and how far we've got to go, huge. The bullying on social media is horrendous, as is real life. I mean, I've had experiences, Chris had experiences, I know lots of friends who've had experiences, but it's about sort of education and trying to sort of promote that good work, if you like, because people soon forget, and well, they can't forget really, because those issues need addressing, and they always will do. Obviously, you, Harry, you've got your Tottenham Hotspur video blog, which is very good. Obviously, I don't do that with Fulham yet. I've done all my pictures, obviously, with the ground and the stand, which has pretty much taken up most of my life, past 3 years. The club featured the pictures. The club even gave me a shirt as thank you, signed by the whole squad, which I'm very thankful of. And yeah, I think it's very important that, you know, work that we do and other people do should be embraced and shared, really.